Right, in this video, we will discuss our question 6. Question 6 is a question on number functions. So this question 6 is a two-part question, 6.1, which deals about exponential function, and then 6.2, which is a straight line and a hyperbolic function. So sizoqala ngo-6.1 and then ungakhohlwa in the description below uzothola ama-link for amanye ama-recordings for this question paper. So yeah, sizoqala ngo-6.1. This exponential function, the function p is described by the following properties: k greater than 0 and the k is not equal to 1, x-intercept at 2 and 0, the horizontal asymptote is y equal to minus 9. Now, with all that information, sizophendula lama questions alandelayo. 6.1.1, write down the range of p. Since p is an exponential function, the range has something to do with the horizontal asymptote. Now, 6.1.1, I can see that I'm given a horizontal asymptote and it has something to do with a range. So the range is always given by a horizontal asymptote, exponential function. So it also, but be careful, it depends on the shape of your graph. Now, since k is greater than 0, it means the function yami izothatha a shape like this, right? I don't know what the iso. Okay, I'm given what's this? Horizontal asymptote minus 9, and then obviously izobane y-intercept, but I'm also given what? The x-intercept is somewhere, which is 2 and 0. So the range is the set of y values which are true for this function. So umangiti, the horizontal asymptote has something to do with range. The range is y greater than minus 9. So everything engaphezu kwa-9 is actually the range yale function le, or ungayibhala as y element of minus 9 excluded. Why am I excluding minus 9? Because of the asymptote. It's minus 9 excluded all the way up to infinity excluded as well. Ungayibhala so or so. Now this is the domain, this is the range for p. Now it depends, or it has something to do with the horizontal asymptote. Since the function is given as p of x equal to k exponent x plus q, the q is, it always describes what? The horizontal asymptote. So next time now tola a function, an exponential function with all the values given kule equation yakho, so yazi ke ukuthi i-range yakho uyithola kanjani ke. I-range yakho, it has something to do with the horizontal asymptote, which is given by q. 6.1.2 determine the equation of p of x, k exponent x, as I've explained above. 6.1.1 ngathini? Ngathi q is actually what? The horizontal asymptote. So since horizontal asymptote is y equal to minus 1, the q is going to be minus 9. So p of x. So now, in order to find the equation, I want the value for k. Now let's calculate the value for k. Value of k again. In order to calculate to k, I need at least 1 point from the graph. X-intercept is given, so you substitute and calculate k. Where there's y, ngiyofaka ubani, 0. So p of x is going to be equal to 0. Where there's x, ngiyofaka ubani, 2. So it's k2 minus 9. Now we can calculate for k. Transpose 9. Isala no k squared. The square root of 9 is plus minus. Why am I squaring? Because of ngifuna the value for k. And the value for k is equal to plus minus the square root of 9. So it's plus minus 3. Therefore, k must be equal to positive 3. Why? It is given that k is greater than 0. So the value for k must be a positive number, which in our case is k equal to 3. Then p of x is equal to 3 exponent x minus 9. Voila, now equation yethu ke. Alright ke, sisiyaphi ke, siya ku 6.1.3. We want to sketch the graph of p, show clearly the intercepts with the x-axis and the asymptote. The asymptote is given ngishota nge-axis A1, which is the y-intercept, right? Ngishota nge-intercept A1, which is the y-intercept. The x-intercept is given. Since in the equation I can find the y-intercept. P minus 9 is the same as saying y equal to 3 minus 9. Therefore, y, in front of the y-intercept, we let x to be equal to 0. So it's 0 minus 9. Y is equal to 3 raised to exponent 0. It's 1. What is 1 minus 9? It's minus 8. So therefore, my y-intercept is 0 and negative 8. So now saying the y-intercept and x-intercept as well as a asymptote. Now I can plot a function here. Let me erase this. This is the function again. This is the function for 6.1.3. Now x-intercept yami, now y-intercept yami, and then lana it's y equal to minus 9, which is the horizontal asymptote. So 6.1 uphelela lana again. Now let's go to answer 6.2, the second part of the question. Alright, now 6.2, the graph below shows the graph of f of x and g of x. F of x is hyperbola, and then g of x is the straight line. The graph G is an axis of symmetry of f. Now, what do they mean by G is the axis of symmetry of f? Because I'm show a hyperbolic function. A hyperbolic function, say this is the hyperbolic function. These lines lawa pass through the origin. So abiza ukuthi yini? Ama axis of symmetry, right? So the function G, the line G is also what? The axis of symmetry of f. But since the W, since f or W, or the graph is shifted by a unit of W, chaza ukuthi izoba ne horizontal asymptote, right? Izoba ne horizontal asymptote. It means the axis of symmetry manje angeke isaphase through the origin. Hence g of x is equal to minus x minus 1. Why? Because of iloganje to the axis of symmetry when I pass it through the origin. But okay, the graphs of f and g intersect at P and Q. So P and Q are points of intersection. Now with 6.2.1, write down the value of W. Afuna the value of W. Go 6.2.1. Let's go. All right. The value for W, since g of x minus x minus 1 is what? Is the axis of symmetry. Né? Is the axis of symmetry. The x-intercept, or let me say, if I let y to be equal to 0, ngizothola i-horizontal asymptote. When I let x to be equal to 0, ngithola i-vertical asymptote. Ngithola the vertical asymptote, right? But you only do this with axis of symmetry yakho ke. So let us let y to be equal to 0 so that we let y be equal to yes. The W is the horizontal asymptote, and in order to find the horizontal asymptote, I need to let y to be equal to 0. So therefore it's 0 equal to minus x minus 1, transpose 1 minus x, so x is equal to negative 1. So this is my horizontal asymptote. So it means if function yami indlula la, it never touches this y, x equal to minus 1. So that means that's my W. In order to find the vertical asymptote, I let x to be equal to 0. So therefore my W is equal to negative 1. For 1 mark, this was way beyond the 1 mark, but this is just for explaining. So bheka ke, maybe next time ke mhlambe na uhlangana ne-question ifana nale, just know that ukuthi kwamele uyi-calculate this thing. For 1 mark la, it's unfair, but anyway, W is equal to minus 1. 6.2.2 6.2.2, let's calculate what the point minus 2 7 lies on F. Calculate the value of K. So I have a point minus 2 minus 7, which is found on equation or function F. I want the value for K. W naye, let us substitute to W. W was calculated to be a negative 1. Yes, a negative 1. But there's a point A passes through this function, which is 7, which is the y coordinate, equal to K over minus 2, which is the x coordinate. Voila. Now we can calculate for K. So in order to find K, we need to substitute this point into function F. Now kuzoba transpose negative 1 yoba 8 equal to K over minus 2. K is equal to negative 16, is equal to negative 16. Now bese babuya ku 6.2.3, calculate the x coordinates of P and Q. Remember ekuqaleni batheni in the statement, the P and the Q are my points of intersection. So we need to solve F no X, F no G simultaneously. Voila. Okay again. Now, okay, I think tole another aspalila. What am I doing? Okay. Now siyaku 6.3. 6.2.3 sifuna the x coordinates of P and Q. Now my x coordinates got P no Q are my points of intersection. So it means P and Q are points where f is equal to g, or where the functions are equal. So we need to solve for f and g simultaneously. Now since they are equal to P and Q, I can just equate the two equations, then ngenza so ke f of x is equal to, remember k was calculated as minus 16 divided by x. What's this? Minus 1 equal to g, it's negative x minus 1, and then ngenzani ke manje, let's go, okay, now lo 1 lo ngiyomtransposela ngalo ne bese ngiletha the x. Okay, that's not necessary ukuthi ngilethe lo x ngale, akahlale ngalo x, minus 1 plus 1. So this one ngitransposela ngapha, these ones bazokhanselana. Since minus 1 plus a 1 it's 0, yoba no negative x, right? Yoba no negative x now you have to divide by 1 and cross multiply la. Why? If I solve for this fraction, I need to have a equation without a fraction. So cross multiply 1 multiplied by negative 16, it's negative 16x times negative x squared. Divide both sides by minus 1, give us 16 equal to x squared, right? If I solve for x, now divide ngo minus 1, ngifuna kusale x squared kuphela. So therefore I square both sides, it's plus or a minus. So lana it's plus minus 4 is equal to x. So now x values bami x equal to 4 or x equal to minus 4. So the q nan uno x equal to 4. So the x coordinate for q is x equal to 4, and then the x for p is x equal to negative 4. Yeah, x equal to negative 4. Now my x coordinates got p and q seswatholile siya ku 6.2.4. 6.2.4. Alright, now 6.2.4, write down the values of x for which minus 16 over x is greater than minus x. So lana ngifuna ama values ka x ayenza this statement to be true. Ngifuna ama x values ayenza this statement to be true. Minus 16 over x ingikhumbuza le function le ka f. Minus x nangu minus x, ne? Right, but this statement sisona marang naman. Okay, no. Okay, ngito bengicabanga sisolve algebraically, but it's going to be somewhat difficult for using ama tools or the syllabus ka grade 10. But a grade 11 learner can solve this algebraically. Even a grade 12 learner can also solve this algebraically. But when you don't have the tools for solving this algebraically, I was thinking but then I remembered, oh, grade 10. Okay, now you need to use igraph yakho to simplify or find ama values ka x and the statement to be true. So in order to use lama graphs lawo, ne? This statement must include ama functions wakho. What do I mean by that? You need to compare f nobani no g, or let me say the minus 16x 6.2.4 minus 16 over x greater than minus x, right? But this minus 16 over x, uma ngi subtracta no 1, right? W minus x minus 1. It's this minus 1. So everything in on the left hand side, I must also do it on the right hand side. Equation. Why in subtract 1? It's because of minus 16 over x. It's actually this function that is short to bani minus 1. Hence in fact minus 1. Minus x. This minus x is the function g. Net is short to bani minus 1. Since in minus 1 nangapang minus 1. Now I can make some comments or draw some conclusion if the statement basibhale ngalendlela le. So in essence, it's basically f of x greater than g of x. Ngifuna lana f of x are bigger than g of x or greater than g of x. Yikuphi ke lapho? Yeah? Yikuphi lapho? Alright, lawo ma points lawo, or the portion of the graph where f of x are greater than g of x, it's where f angaphezulu g angaphansi, right? Angisho f bigger than g. Umuntu bigger than omunye kumele abe ngaphezulu kwaloyo muntu loyo. So nangu f, nangu g, nangu omunye f as well. So ngifuna la igraph yami ikuphi? Ga f la iphezulu khona naku. Nangu g, uyabona? From p, nangisuka la ku p, ngihamba ngiya to the right, I can see that igraph yami yaka f iba kuphi? Iba ngaphezulu. Then the one ka g iba kuphi? Iba ngaphansi. But it's from point p until ifika kuphi? To this y-axis. Bheka ngoba f uyaphi? Uyacontinue yaphezulu and then g uyakuphi? Uyangaphansi. So ngifuna where f is always above g. Yikuphi? It's from minus 4 to bani x. Whenever x, okay, I think it. Whenever x ngisuka ku x minus 4 ngiya to the right, meaning I'm going to the positive numbers until ngifika la ku 0. That's where f abaphezulu g abakuphi? Ngaphansi. So therefore x is element of 4 excluded. Lana lama grafa ayalingana, f no g bayalingana, but ngifuna la f aphezulu g angaphansi. So it's minus 4 excluded and then 0 excluded as well, right? And 0 excluded. So it's from minus 4 to 0. As you can see, the y-axis lana, it's where x are equal to 0 khona. So but sifuna the x values for which this is true. Ngifuna ma x values from nangisuka ku minus 4 ngiya ku 0, this is true. Or nangomunye f la uphezulu la g ukuphi? Ungaphansi. So or singathi or whenever x element of 4 in excluded all the way up to infinity excluded. So nangisuka ku positive 4 near to the right, nangu g uyaphezulu. So nangu f uyaphezulu, g uyakuphi? Uyangaphansi. So now my solutions were to for 6.2.4. Lama questions lawa dinga a little bit of thinking. Sometimes you need to think outside the box. So jengalana ke, in most cases lama questions lawa usuka uzama compare the two functions and then usuke so that uzothola the x values. So hence ngifaka minus 1 no minus 1 on both sides of the equation. So video yethu iphelela lana. Thanks for watching. Nangabe enjoyile, leave a like, comment in the comment section, share nabangani bakho nangabe ubona ngathi ikuncedile le video lena. Nangabe new to this channel, please consider subscribing. In the description box uzothola ama links for amanye ama questions for this question paper. Thanks for watching, guys. once again asibonane kule video elandelayo. Bye bye.